It's indeed a very important day, Yoshita, today for India-US partnership in the field of space. As you know, you would have read in the media earlier this morning, there was a very important launch. ISRO used its very mighty rocket LVM3, and through that rocket, it deployed the heaviest ever commercial satellite, Bluebird Block 2,
Right.
which is from America's AST Space Mobile into the perfect orbit. What I think this particular remarkable achievement of today does is it very beautifully caps a series of our achievements in this year, 2025, in our space cooperation between our two countries. You had earlier this year, Shubhanshu Shukla flying to the International Space Station through the Axiom-4 launch. You had the launch of NISAR. I think all those have added on, and this is really a nice milestone to cap this. I think what is equally important, which while there is a space of India-US partnership in the field of space that we talk about, what is equally important is for us to realize what it means for us back home in India. And I will just simply highlight four things to you. One, it is a very, very clear demonstration of ISRO's heavy lift capability, which is very important as your journey of strength in the field of space continues. Two, it is also, I would say, most important achievement of Indian space scientists, Indian space engineers, and I think they deserve all our congratulations and all our support and strength. Three, and I think this is very, very crucial because this not only speaks about this achievement, it also talks about what we can do based on these achievements in coming months and years, and that is, which I will say, under Prime Minister Modi's leaderships, he has been singularly driven and driving the industry, the government departments to move towards Atmanirbharta. And this is a very clear example of a growing Atmanirbharta in the field of space. And so Atmanirbharta should be seen from a very strategic perspective. We should not simply look at it from a very minimal commercial transaction purposes. The Atmanirbharta in this field means that it builds our own capabilities to innovate further in this field. One, use that innovation to further adopt and diffuse it within the space sector. Use the innovation in the lead sector, which is the space sector, its adoption and diffusion in this sector, and build partnerships with foreign partners to grow our cooperation further, which is where, in the case of United States, our partnership with the space with the US comes up. Big day for our space engineers, our space scientists. Big day for the achievement of Prime Minister's Atmanirbharta objectives. Big day for India-US cooperation. I think we couldn't have ended year 2025, at least in this domain, in a better way, and all set for more achievements, more milestones in the next year.
Right, going forward. And of course, as you mentioned, Ambassador, this opens the avenues in so many other areas of collaboration between
Absolutely.
India and the US. The technology is there, but it's not just limited to space frontiers. It's a collaboration across spectrums.
You see, it is the nature of technologies, particularly technologies which are in the strategic sector, to radially permeate across different areas. The user cases can be built across in many areas. That's the very nature of technology. And India has always been not only an important technology generator when it comes to space, but two, more importantly, build a backward chain of supply integration. So we have our own supply chains which vertically integrate into our space capabilities, which allow us to innovate because we have our own research and development labs. And then, as I said, use our ISRO's launch capabilities, ISRO's lab capabilities to adopt this technology, which we ourselves research, diffuse it across different sectors, and then build commercial cooperation based on that innovation, adoption, diffusion, 3 layers with our own supply chain. So that's why I said it is a very, very strategic achievement in true perspective.
Right. And of course, it's not just the beginning. I mean, there's a lot of collaboration going on. And Ambassador, would you want to say anything on how do you see the US-India ties going forward in the new year with this? This, as you said, it's ending on a good note in the space sector.
Well, our effort all along, right through this whole year, the tone, as you know, for the relationship was set during Prime Minister's visit in early February. We agreed to a very, very significant and substantial outcome document across a range of areas. Space was one of them. And if you look at the areas which we had plotted in the field of space, you can easily see 10 years down, the 10 months down the line, they have mostly, if not all of them, achieved really. But we continue to work very, very proactively in other areas also, including in the fields of trade, science and technology, artificial intelligence. We have been working with the range of stakeholders in the US, both in the private sector and the government sector, in the think tank circle, for a very substantial participation of theirs in the upcoming AI Action Summit in February. So technology has been a very principal domain of our engagement. On trade and tariff, as I said, we remain very constantly engaged with the USTR with the hope to find a mutually beneficial and a balanced trade arrangement as early as possible. But today's day is to talk about the glory of our space achievements, the wonderful milestone by our space scientists, engineers, and the success of Prime Minister's Atmanirbharta objective.
Right, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Ambassador. Anything else you want to highlight, please?
I would say that, you know, as we end this year and transition to the new, ending of any time zone, time frame, in this case this year, should be a time for us to reflect on what our achievements have been in the space sector. And as I said, use this as a foundation stone to build the next layer of our own capabilities, but also our foreign partnerships based on those capabilities.
Right, because there's no end to what India and US collaboration can do in the space sector, and there's just so many pathways.
There is no end to any cooperation that the two countries can do. But as I said, we need to be mindful of the context in which we are working. And in the field of space, I think the context, the specifics, the history, the direction, and the future trajectory of strong partnership built on our space capabilities is quite clear.